That's
Okay,
crazy shit.
let's get into it. Okay, I started recording up. Um,
Okay.
all right, Donnie, you go first. With what was your first movie? My okay, I have to be honest right now. All my movies are horror movies. I didn't want to
Okay,
make them
mine.
all, but they were.
Yeah, that's fair. Mine is well, okay. This it's not really a horror,
Okay.
but Pixels. Right?
Pixels. I've never. Wait, is that the one about like the Pac-Man and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, I watched that movie like once in theaters. I didn't think it was that great.
Honestly, I liked it. I like the concept of it. It was kind of funny
It's got a cool
to me, at
concept,
least.
but it's got a bad. Like, I mean, it was just jam packed with good actors, and I don't think that just having a movie full of good actors makes a movie good.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think it differs from everybody's like experience with it. For me, I had a good experience with it. Honestly, I liked the
Yeah,
movie. I liked. I mean, I guess. Yeah, I like the game characters. It's great
it was fun to
in
watch in
my opinion.
theaters. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like
I
it's
mean,
always
I
the same.
think now if I watched it now, I probably wouldn't like it as much as I did when I was like not 14, like 11 or 9.
Yeah, I mean, it's. I feel like it would age. This is one of the movies that would have aged better if it came out now with
Yeah,
like the new CGI and stuff. And I also feel like you could have made things just better. I don't. I do think that a lot of the characters were just built wrong.
that's fair. I don't honestly agree with that.
Uh, I don't really
Mm.
know what else to say about that one.
Yeah, I don't know what else I can say about that, but
So here, give I forgot we were supposed to start off with a brief movie description. So you give us our movie description, like the plot, basically a summary.
so basically, um, the game character, like old game characters, like really old ones, like shit. What's a good old game character? I don't know. But anyway, they come to life and are going around killing
Mhm.
like people, and they like turn them into pixels whenever they kill them, whatever. And there's these four people that go around trying to save the world, whatever, because they know the games in and out, and at the end, it's like a basic like guy gets girl type of thing. So yeah,
Yeah. So for that movie, I think what we should do at the end of whenever we're done talking about a movie is rank if we would or wouldn't watch it, or if we would or would recommend someone to go see it. So I would say if you've never seen Pixels before, I would watch it if it's on Netflix. If it was free, I'd watch it. If it's on Prime, I'd watch it.
it actually is on Netflix.
Yeah, it's not worth renting. I don't think it's worth
Yeah,
renting. I don't think it's
it
worth
definitely is
buying.
not worth renting.
Definitely not worth
If they
going to
get rid of all
see in
my
theater.
crawlers, I swear to God, I'm gonna kill myself.
I I I wasn't. I'm not at all big on that movie. Um, I didn't like it. And when I was a kid and watched it in
As a kid,
theaters.
you would like it, but like, do not watch that in theaters at all.
All
Oh my
right.
fucking God, this fucking
So
screaming bitch.
my first underrated movie is The Hitcher from 1986. It's a movie that just I think it was straight to DVD. It like flew under the radar. Like if you knew this movie, so it was on I think it came on like Showtime, and it was obviously on was it Sci-Fi, but it was like I watched this movie when I was like a little kid, and basically what's about is this guy he drives around and he hitchhikes and he kills the people he hitchhikes with, right? But our
Mm.
protagonist survived him and basically is trying to find and stop him. And throughout the way, the guy like psychologically tortures him and brings him through this crazy like rope course of mental emotion and stuff. And he just doesn't know he can't. He's so helpless. He feels like there's nothing that he can do, and that's the point of him. And then at the end, it's this like dramatic scene where it's like, is he gonna let the girl he loves, I guess now I'd say love interest, die, or is it like going to be or is he going to be able to stop it? And it's just like it's a definitely a crazy ending, and then the final showdown between the Hitcher and the main character is awesome. I mean, I think the movie's really good. It suffers from just having a like when you have a plot about a hitchhiker, what are you supposed to do outside of being in cars the whole movie?
Right.
I mean, it tried its best with like the police scene, and I think the issue and why it never got as big as I think it should have been because for me, I think it's an amazing movie. I think it's one of the best horror movies of all time.
Yeah.
The reason why I don't think it got as high as it should have been was just because the idea didn't look good to people. Like the fact that you can
Yeah.
the movie's about a hitchhiker. They're thinking that he's in the car the whole time, but he's like actually he makes stops. He goes to the police station. He's in jail for a while. He gets in different cars. There's a chase scene. There's helicopters shooting at him and shit. Like it gets rapid. It cranks up towards the end there. Um, I actually own the Hitcher on DVD. I would say I would say if you were going to see it, you'd probably want to buy the movie because it's just a movie that keeps giving, I guess. Do you have any questions
Fair
about the
enough. Fair
Hitcher
enough.
or anything like that?
Um,
Because I don't think you've seen that one before.
I've not.
Yeah.
Um, so does the killer win in it? Because hold on, I heard the description, it like flew over my head. But does the killer win in the end, or does the guy?
The killer doesn't win in the end. The guy does actually.
Okay.
But I don't know. The ending's weird
I
because they make more Hitchers. There's like 5 of them.
Yeah. I think it would have been cool if they let the hitchhiker win, but that's just me though.
No,
I don't know.
so it would you'd think that, but he when you watch the movie, I mean neither of them win actually. Like on at the end of the day, neither of them won. But
Right.
when you watch the movie, you understand why the hitchhiker couldn't have won. Like it makes so much sense and it feels right. Like most movies, I do think it'd be a cool idea if they get the main villain to win. But with the Hitcher, I think that the hitchhiker losing was actually the best move for the movie. Just generally speaking, atmospherically. And I mean,
That's fair.
it takes place in the desert. So I mean, the one issue is if you like cinematography, I think The Hitcher is not a good movie for cinematography. It doesn't look pretty. I'm not gonna lie. There's stupid logic moments. Like he takes out this one guy with a knife, murders a whole police station. Like I'm sorry, how the hell did he do that? Like there was like 13 plus guys there, and he kills all of them. It made no sense.
Yeah, that makes no sense really. Yeah. I
But
agree.
no slasher ever makes sense. Did you see the new movie? It's like I forgot. It's basically this like horror movie that follows a slasher. Oh, in a Violent Nature. It's like a horror movie where it just
Yes,
follows the
I
slasher. You saw that?
that was I mean, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And that was like it was just slow paced. But
It was
that's like
so
for more
slow.
patient people. Yeah.
Dude, I was
I mean, I'm
in
very patient, so it wasn't like
yeah.
bad, but like I just wouldn't I wouldn't find myself watching it all the time.
I watched that movie and I was just like sitting there and I was like I really thought there'd be like way more to this. Like is this if this was supposed to be the accurate depiction of a slasher villain, this is boring. Like he does nothing half the movie, and I was never think about that because you always think about like the character's plot wind up. You're never thinking about.
Yeah,
I mean, Michael Myers is the exception, and because Michael Myers is murdering people at the same exact time, he's just on his way to get
right.
them as well, because he's just a monster. But it's like Leatherface. Like, what's Leatherface doing when you're not in the house? Like,
Exactly.
is he just sitting on the couch watching television or cartoons? It's just like, yeah. I mean that I think people are saying it's like genre making. It's like, wow, this is going to be insane. It's going to bring a new genre of horror slashers where it's like you follow the slasher. I'm like, no, no, that sucked. Nobody wants to. I mean, it's not that it sucks. It's just it's a cool concept, but it's just never going to work again. I don't think. I think it's a one time thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. So I would say if you were going to go watch Hitcher, I'd say you should buy the movie. I'd rank it a buy the movie right now. I think it's that amazing. I mean, it's a fun watch, and but honestly, for like the average person, just rent it. It's just a rent a movie. You probably won't watch it
Yeah,
twice or 3 times. I've seen it like 4 times, but that's just because whenever I get a new girlfriend, I tell her to watch The Hitcher with me.
yeah.
It's my girlfriend second date. Second date. First date we go out to
Heck
dinner.
yeah.
Second date she's watching The Hitcher with me in my car. All right, Donnie, give us your second underrated pick or movie not talked about enough.
Um, I'm gonna go with another kids movie probably. I'll go Hotel Transylvania.
I feel like that movie
Personally,
is talked about it enough.
well, I don't know because I don't ever hear anybody talk about that movie in my space at least.
I don't know, bro. I'm not
So,
a
I mean, I don't know. What would you say?
I'm not a big Hotel Transylvania guy. I'm gonna be honest. I
You
don't
don't
like.
think?
I think
Fair enough. Fair
it's
enough.
that there's better, and also it's like it's just such like I don't know how to put it. The plot's mediocre. I didn't. I like the characters. I think they're all funny, and I like to watch them. And I've seen all of them, even though I'm not a kid. Like
Yeah,
I go watch all of them. I say I'm watching them to see them with my sister, but I go by myself sometimes. I ain't gonna lie to you.
that's fair.
I've seen all of them. I like them, but I don't
Uh,
think that they're like underpicked. Like the I definitely think that they're a widely renowned movie. They have like three movies and then a TV show, and they're all super famous. So
For
that's
real.
the only thing I'd say is that
I don't
I
know.
don't.
For me, because well, in my space at least, I don't hear much about it. And honestly, obviously everybody has seen Hotel Transylvania. If you
Yeah,
haven't, then you just haven't been born yet.
I mean,
So
older generation probably hasn't seen Hotel Transylvania unless their kids make them
probably
watch
not.
it.
Yeah. But
I'm, I mean, I'd rank Hotel Transylvania personally as a movie that I'd say is a buy now, honestly, because at the end of the day, it's a movie that gives. Like, it's like you watch it
yeah,
once, you can watch it with your family, you can watch it on just some random Sunday. It's just you can never not watch Hotel Transylvania, and you can always be in like a mood for it, which is kind of cool. Oh, and Donnie, give everyone a general plot synopsis if they've never seen Hotel Transylvania before.
basically is Dracula, Frankenstein, all the like classic monsters, and
Hollywood's, yeah.
and this one human guy infiltrates it and everything. And I think Dracula's trying to also protect his like daughter from like the human world because he thinks all humans are bad or whatever. And he doesn't want his daughter finding out that a human's in the hotel, so he like dresses him up as a monster, or whatever. Honestly, I would say just watch it if you want to figure out. Honestly,
Hot take, I think that the second Hotel Transylvania is better than the original.
hell yeah,
Yeah, with like the little kid in it, dude, that guy's hilarious.
he's just a goat.
I love him way much. Okay, going on with the monsters, I have a movie that I don't know anybody who's ever asked me if I've seen or has ever seen, and I talk exclusively basically about movies, and that's The Monster Squad. It came out in 1987. It's basically all the Hollywood monsters, so like the Swamp Thing, or like the thing, Frankenstein, the Mummy, Dracula, Wolfman, all of them are back in the world and they're trying to get this gem, right? So that they can like basically the evil can take over the world. And this group who loves monster movies, this group of kids go out and have to find the gem and find a virgin to speak these words in the gem so that it will send them all into limbo. And on base, the movie sounds stupid. And honestly, when you watch it, it's not like it's not the best movie, I'm not gonna lie, but it has so much character to it, and I really love. I mean, I just was freaking out about going to go see the Wolfman movie, although I do think it was a flop. I'm a very big. I love all my old school Hollywood, the original Hollywood monsters. I love all of them. Um, and seeing them all in like one Smash Fest movie where they're all working together is super cool.
Mm,
And then on top of this, the kids in this movie are so they're not like they just feel like the Sandlot. It's the Sandlot kids in a horror comedy. And
right.
there's something about that. It gave me like a Fright Night vibe as well. And I love Fright Night. I love my vampires. And I loved how Frankenstein looked in this movie, which was like a
Yeah.
contrast from every other character. And also the gore. I was not expecting it to be as gory for a PG-13 movie as it ended up being at the end. Like when the wolf man blows up and you just it's like they put his guts in, or like when the vampire gets shot, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like,
Mm,
what? And then the wolf man like reassembles. I'm like, this is not PG-13. This would be like rated R. This is some
yeah.
gore. This is like we're trying to get into Saw territory right now. Not actually. It wasn't that bad, but I enjoy it. I like the father's dynamic, and the black cop in the movie is so hilarious. I don't know, bro. He's like his whole thing is he contradicts himself. So basically, he's like, "Oh, look it, you know that?" And then I was just like watching the movie, and he's just screaming as loud as he can, basically stupid shit. And I'm just watching him, and I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, this guy is the funniest character in this thing. He's so annoying that's funny. I do think it was kind of racist, actually. Now I'm thinking back on it, it's kind of a racist stereotype. I think they were trying to stereotype him. They did use the F slur a lot.
That is it's
Yeah, the
pretty
group
crazy.
dropped the F slur like at least every 40 minutes. And I definitely think
Damn.
the cop was slightly racist. Like, racial stereotyped. They definitely went heavy on that black side. I don't know. I don't know. It's a fun movie to watch. Maybe it didn't age as well, but I watched it when I was a kid. I like it. I think it's definitely worth the rent, so you can go see it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's worth buying the movie. I have the movie on Amazon. I love that movie though. It's on Amazon Prime right now. I um I was at what is it? I was at like Miles' house and I saw it was on Amazon Prime and I was like, "Oh my goodness, we got to watch this shit."
Heck yeah.
So, go watch it. Um
Uh,
you got any questions for me for I guess for Monster Squad?
Um.
It's pretty
No,
straightforward.
I think that was pretty solid. I think that was
Yeah.
pretty straightforward and solid. Yeah.
Oh wait, also, there's one thing I wanted to say. This is a Monster Squad quote, and I just want you to know this diss track because the Monster Squad they don't play around. So let me pull this up. I think I had it right here. Yeah, okay. He called the Scarecrow. He ran away. He says, "See you later, Band-Aid breath, Band-Aid breath."
Crazy.
Also, they gave the werewolf. You know werewolves' weaknesses, right? They have two of them.
Yeah.
What are they?
I remember one is silver. I'm
Yep.
pretty sure, right?
Yep.
And then the other one, I'm not gonna lie, I do blank on that one. I forget.
It's getting kicked in the groin. Yeah,
I
yeah,
okay.
they troped that. They made it get kicked in the groin. They kick the shit out of the werewolf in the groin in this movie. And if you don't want to just
It's
watch a werewolf get it in the groin, oh, you know another underrated movie. I'm just saying this as a quick one is Silver Bullet. No one talks about Silver Bullet. That's like one of, if not the best werewolf movie, other than American Werewolf in London, because no one's better than that. I'm just saying.
fire.
Okay, Donnie, what's your next underrated pick?
Okay, so for my last one, and maybe this might be a hot take for some people, and maybe it is talked about a lot, but I don't hear about it. The
If it's
first
Aliens 3,
Goosebumps movie.
okay, I was like, if it's Aliens 3, I would have killed you, bro. That moves ass.
No, oh no, that movie is just like fucking buns.
Dude,
That
okay,
shit
I think it
sucks.
definitely gets more hate than Aliens 3. I mean, sorry we went on Aliens 3 tangent, but we love the aliens here. But I
We
think
do.
Aliens 3 is actually overhated. I don't think it's as bad as everyone says, but I definitely don't think I think it's stronger than most of the movies in the series. I think the original 3 is actually a good like trilogy. I
Right.
think when they get into like the new stuff, was it after 3 it's like Romulus? No, Romulus is the newest one. The one before that.
Yeah.
It was like, come on, dude. I don't
Romulus
like
was
that.
all right. It was a good movie. I want to say it's like it lives up to the old ones, but it was definitely a good movie.
Yeah, I was I forgot I'm blanking on the names of those other alien movies. Um
Um, there's Alien Covenant,
oh yeah, it was
and then
Covenant's the one that's
Prometheus.
no Prometheus. Prometheus was
Yeah,
trash. I don't care what you say. Prometheus was
bro.
trash.
I don't even remember most of Prometheus, so it doesn't really exist in my
Both of
eyes.
them were just too complex.
Real.
Like they didn't need to go all the way there. And Aliens 3, I feel like kept it in its it just didn't expand enough. It wasn't strong enough of a movie to stand next to the first two. But it's not a bad movie. Like I don't know. I thought Aliens 3 was fine. Okay, wait, back to what we were saying. You were saying it's overrated. What is this movie again? I forgot. Totally wiped off this.
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps, the original? Like the newest one?
The then
Um
well, the first newest one,
yeah.
like I
The one with
forget when it
Jack
comes
Black in
out.
it?
Yeah. Yes.
That
Now
movie was
that
bad.
I thought it was pretty good, honestly. I mean, the beginning of it, yes, it was pretty
Okay, wait,
good,
comparison to the
and
Goosebumps TV show?
in comparison to the Goosebumps TV show, no, like it's not better than that, obviously.
Nah, dude. Nothing's better than
Goosebumps TV shows, yeah, nothing's better than a Goosebumps TV show. Let's be real. But if without bringing in the TV show, I thought it was pretty good,
dude, I don't know.
personally.
I wasn't the biggest fan of the Goosebumps movie, and I thought like the whole Ferris wheel thing was just like much too. I didn't like the characters. None of the characters made me feel for them, other than Jack Black. But it's Jack Black, so
I
I
mean, yeah,
just
Jack Black's just a ghost,
I think
so
I
I mean,
went to
there's no
watch that
really,
movie because I saw Jack Black was in it.
yeah,
Like this is right after I watched like High School of Rock, and I was like, all right, Jack Black's in it, fine, I'll watch it.
fire.
So I mean, I'd rank it. I'd say if I was going to watch, I wouldn't even
Honestly,
say it's a rent.
I wouldn't say rent. I'd probably say if you like wanted to, just watch it on Netflix, bro.
I'm gonna just say don't watch it. I do not like that movie. Oh,
Personally, okay, like if for some people it might appeal for them. So if it appeals to
yeah.
you, I would say watch it on Netflix. But if
All
it
right.
doesn't, don't watch it at all. Honestly,
I
no
have
point.
the number one weirdest movie that we're gonna have on this list, and a movie I don't even know how I stumbled upon. I watched this movie 4 or 5 nights ago, right?
Right?
Um, it wasn't like you know how I normally get the people requests for people.
Yeah.
It wasn't a request. I was just having like I was just like it was just some random day. I was looking at my phone at like IMDb, just going through like Gremlins and Critters. I was just like clicked on Critters and I was like going through it, and I stumbled upon this movie Graveyard Shift. And I was thinking, oh, it's about like a graveyard or something, right?
Right.
It's about a cotton farm. Let me see.
Oh.
Let me
Okay.
explain to you how this
Well.
movie goes, because this movie is wild. So basically, these guys have a cotton farm, and the graveyard shifts this night shift in the like the basement or the cellar of the cotton farm, and it's like super grungy. It's gross. You don't want to be down there. All right, that's all I can say. You don't want to be down there. Um, so like the main character basically he jumps from jobs and he eventually he gets there, right? And the last guy who
Right.
worked there, he died and the whole place is kind of destroyed. So he has to go with these other crew and they're fixing it up and stuff. Basically, a rat bat hybrid monster lives down there and murders people. And they have like an evil sex offender weird
What the?
creepo boss, and then it's like this weird dynamic. It's such it sounds dumb on paper, okay? I'm explaining to you and it's not sounding good probably, but it is an amazing movie. It was such a fun watch, and the monster in this movie is amazing. He looks so awesome. I don't hype up monsters often because I can't. My favorite movie is The Thing, and I think that The Thing has got the best looking monster, which is like The Thing's different monster designs. This
Right.
movie's monster is on Thing par, dude. Like it could be in the movie The Thing, and I would expect it. Like it is amazing, dude. This is an amazing movie. I honestly think anybody who has and dude, you know what I mean the worst part about Graveyard Shift? The photo to it is a skeleton with a mining helmet on. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe it's like a mind shift. It's not even that. But dude, so this is a Stephen King adaptation, and I never thought. And it's by um, what's his name? Well, it's by the guy who makes freak, I can't remember this movie's name, but we both watched it together once. And I was watching the movie. I was like basically I was expecting it not to be good at all cuz it has like I think it's got like a 2 out of 5.
Right.
2 stars. I'm not expecting it to be good, and I loved this movie. Watching this movie was such a vibe. I liked the work. The underground part was so gross and ucky with all the bones and stuff. I definitely felt the vibe they were going for. The rats always following the main character around, kind of just like being just crazy. And then the crazy guy who hunts rats with this dog. It's just such a dynamic. And then bro, the boss is literally mentally insane. He just starts like choking out his like ex girlfriend in the middle of the movie. And bro, he start and it's just such a movie. It's such a movie. I really like it. I think it's a movie that's definitely not enough people have seen it, and I feel like if it would be up there with like movies like The Thing, The Blob. Like it would be up there if people knew about it. So I would say that Graveyard Shift is like Graveyard Shift is a buy. I've seen that movie once so far, but I'm already planning on going and watching it again within like today or tomorrow. And I watched it like 2 weeks ago, so that's saying something.
That is saying something right there.
And I already have to watch like a movie every day for my ranking on
Right.
Instagram and Snapchat, and so I'm already doing my one movie a day for ranking, and like so I stack on movies. Like today, I watched 3 movies, and I was just like I was thinking about not watching. Was it I freaking forgot the movie I was just watching. I don't know. I'm having brain farts today. Oh, it was Upgraders. It's like called like Upgrade or something. I was thinking about not
Right.
watching that movie and literally just going to rewatch the movie I watched the night before. That's how good I thought that movie was and how fun it was to watch. Final hot take is Thanksgiving is the best movie of all time. I'm just kidding. All right. So I think that's. Do you have any questions about the graveyard shift?
Graveyard Shift. Let's see. So wait, okay. So what I'm getting from this is they cotton farm,
Yeah.
right? So what time period was this
This takes place in the
set in?
90s.
In the
It's
90s?
yeah. It's they have a cotton like they have like it's a textile farm. They're bringing cotton and using the cotton gins to break it up and then putting it in the textiles. It's a
Okay.
textile. So they're just making like fabric.
Crazy, actually. That's
It's a fun
kind of
movie.
fire.
It's a very fun
It
movie.
sounds fire to watch. I
It's
low
like
key could
you
watch
ever
that.
seen Pumpkinhead?
Pumpkinhead. I think I heard that movie before. I don't think I
It's got a
watched it though.
Pumpkinhead vibe. It's basically Pumpkinhead is I would put that on underrated if it didn't blow up last year or like a few years ago. That movie was like I felt like that movie was so underground, and then like let me see here. I'm looking up on IMDb right now because I swear that movie just took like the biggest spike I ever seen. Like I think it had like 15 or like 30 vote like views on IMDb or let me see how many it has now. Yeah, 40K. It went from
God
8 to
damn.
40K. Like Pumpkinhead isn't a movie for everybody. It's a have you do you know what it's kind of about?
Not really. No.
It's a guy, I think his name's like Jeff or something. Basically, his son is killed on accident by these like this group of teens. So he gets a vengeful spirit, which is the Pumpkinhead, to go out and kill them. And basically, at the end of the movie, he has to kill himself so that the Pumpkinhead won't kill all of them because he was like at the end of the day, he's like, wait, no, I don't want to kill everybody now. I feel bad.
Yeah,
It's a good movie. It's a good ass movie. Okay,
sounds like a good
so
movie, honestly.
I guess that's gonna that seems like it's it. So I guess it's gonna end it. You know what I mean for this episode or something.
Heck yeah.
All right.